guys, I'm Kuzi and this is my sister Kim and we are the Empowered Sisters.
So this is our first ever video, and as a way to get to know both of us, we're going to play a little game called Five Statements. So we're each going to say five statements about ourselves, something different, interesting, and a bit wacky, hopefully that we don't know about each other, and we're just going to talk around that so you guys can get to know us.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll
Kuzi?
have my so I've got my first statement. I feel like these are so random, so I don't think you know any of these things about me, so this is going to be
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, okay.
So my first statement is I can't start the day without making my bed even in a hotel.
Oh wow, even in a hotel, you make your own bed.
Even in a hotel. That is so weird.
Do they
Like I
like
won't make sorry.
Do they like remake your bed, or like once it's made, it's made?
They remake it because usually like they change the linen and stuff, but I would have made it like quite decent. I don't make it to the same standard as I do at home. Like I just like make
Mm,
sure that the sheets are straight and
mm,
the top cover is, just covering the bed because I literally cannot start my day if I just jump out of bed and my bed is unmade. Like I would just have a chaotic day. Like I need to make my bed. And when I'm at home, I take a long time to make my bed and lay my pillows because it's just like a start the day routine for me. So yeah,
mm.
that's
That's interesting. I'm the
that's
same way, except like I don't actually
yeah.
make my bed when I'm like at a hotel. But like everywhere
Oh
else, like I do like to make my bed first thing, like before I leave my room for the first time, so that I just have like a
yeah.
fresh outlook on the day. That's cool though. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Um,
There you go.
my first statement is, you probably know a bit about this, but I actually
Mm.
did gymnastics at a national level when I was in primary
Oh,
school. Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
I
yeah,
remember that. And that was so cool. I remember
yeah,
going to watch you and I remember when you were at home and you were practicing like the splits and
yes,
when you did your routine and you did the splits and I was like and it was to the like cued with the music. I was like, oh my goodness, that is so cool. I remember we're
yeah.
just so
I was
proud.
thinking about it the other day because I was doing like a yoga class, and I was thinking
Yeah.
about gymnastics and like how much fun that was. It was like a great balance of like fun and discipline because you really had to
Oh,
practice a lot, but then the music was fun, the routines were really cute. So it was a really happy
yeah.
point in my life, and it's sad I let it go, but yeah.
Oh yeah, and those moves, yeah, I just remember like just watching saying, damn, like how do
Yeah,
you do that? But yeah, it was so cool. And
yeah.
I've got my second statement.
Okay.
And this is a bit weird for a grown woman like myself, but I
No
I
judgments,
actually
yeah.
can no judgment. I actually cannot sleep alone in the dark.
Really? So when you're
Yes, I
alone, you
think
sleep with the lights on?
I sleep with the lights on. Yeah, I actually like put like my bathroom light on or something. Like I have to have a light
Mm.
on. Otherwise, I can't sleep. Like I don't know if I'm like scared. I think I'm like low-key scared of the dark, but I don't want to admit it. But
Yeah,
there's just this thing that if I'm alone in my room, I cannot go to sleep with all the lights off. I have
yeah.
to have like a light on somewhere. So yeah.
Yeah, I get you though. It's not complete darkness isn't the best. All my rooms have always had some sort of like natural light coming from outside, like even when it's at night.
Oh,
So I've never had to like
yeah.
sleep in like complete darkness. So I get you.
Yeah, and I think it's also because of many, many years when I was older, of when I was younger, many years spent watching horror movies.
Oh,
And now it's
yes.
just like, I cannot stand
Yes.
the dark. I do not like the
Mm-hmm.
dark. So yes, I just have to
Yeah,
have some type of light on. Otherwise, I cannot go to sleep.
I hear you
Yeah.
though. I listen to a lot of true crime, so I'm like really paranoid now. I'm like always checking to make sure like there's no one there. I like
It's
check
no
behind the
there
doors. I like check for like
under
weird
the bed.
sounds.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like a weird sounds kind of person. If I hear like a boom crack or whatever, I'm like, whoa, who
Mm,
goes there?
yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah. So
Okay.
what's your second statement?
My second statement, okay, this is like a really random one, but I
Yeah.
firmly believe in putting your milk first before your cereal. I know this is like one of those hot debates about like which one goes first, but for me, like no matter what type
Yeah.
of cereal I'm having, I'll always put my milk
Yeah.
first.
That is weird.
So I don't know.
That
Some
is
people
weird.
agree, some people like really don't like it. But I personally think it makes the most sense because like if you measure your milk first, it sort of
Yeah.
like sets the pace on like how much cereal you want to have. And then you don't have a
Yeah.
situation where you have like excess amount of milk and you're just like, okay, there's a bit of a mess. So I always put my milk first and then I heat it up and then I put my cereal.
I get the logic. It was a weird one at first. I get the logic. I'm definitely a cereal before the milk, and yeah, but yeah, I get it. Oh,
Also,
that's interesting.
it's less dishes if you're heating up your milk, because then you heat up your milk in your cereal bowl. Try
Oh
it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then you had to yeah, true, cool. And what's your
Yeah.
favorite cereal?
Oof, that's a hard one. It used to be Cocoa Puffs,
Yeah,
but I feel like it's a bit childish. So I don't have it as much anymore because it's like so full of sugar, and I know I really shouldn't have it so often.
yeah.
So I
So you're
actually haven't
having
had it
grown
in a
woman
while.
cereal now.
Yeah, so now I'm having grown woman cereal. Most of the time, that's like actually like cornflakes, like just regular cornflakes or bran flakes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
cool,
probably one of those because those are the ones I actually have regularly.
cool. I'm definitely a cornflakes grown woman cereal girl.
Yeah.
Um, and then my third statement is when I go out to a restaurant, I'm actually going for the dessert and not the main meal.
Really? I
Yeah,
can
like
see that.
I just eat the main meal so I can get to the dessert. Like, but if I had it my way, like I wouldn't even bother because
Mm,
I'm there for the sweet. I've got such a sweet tooth. So yeah, I just go when I'm going out to eat, I'm focused on what's on their dessert menu. Like, and if
mm,
it's not good enough, I'm like, well, what's the point of even going? So yeah,
yeah.
I value dessert over the main meal.
I also love me some good desserts. Unfortunately, I never have the
Mm.
foresight to leave space. So I'm that type of person who like finish their main meal and then
Yeah,
be like, oh my goodness, I'm so full. I can't
I'm
actually
so
have
full.
dessert. So that happens to me
Wow.
all the time, which isn't great. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like when I'm going out to eat, I am on a mission. Like I'm on a dessert mission. So it's like no matter how good the food is, if I see I'm getting full, I have to stop. I'm like, okay, well, you're running out of room for dessert. Like this
Mm,
cannot happen. So yeah, I
that's a great one
dessert
though.
for me is a priority. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My third
And what's yours?
statement. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I think my best feature is my ears. So it's a bit
Oh
weird, but
wow.
I've always looked at my ears and I've thought, like, okay, these are actually like the best part of my body
Good
because I feel
ears.
like they're shaped perfect. I like where
Yeah.
my earring hole is. I feel like it's just like a cute little, like, So I really love my ears and they're probably my most prized feature, as random as
Oh,
that is.
like it's like it is random because it's like people, I don't even think I look at my ears. I don't even think people look at their
Yeah,
ears, but it's actually good though to appreciate things that people wouldn't necessarily like pay attention to.
yeah,
So I think it's pretty cool.
yeah.
I like that one. Um, so my fourth statement is I prefer reading a book to watching a movie
I,
because
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the reason is I've got a very like my imagination is crazy, and I think I make out better movies in my head than I can watch. So I'm like, if there's a book, like if there's something, if I know there's a book to something and then there's the movie, I always prefer to read the book. I remember when I was younger, I read Matilda. You
Oh, I
know
love
Matilda?
Matilda. That's like my favorite
Yeah.
childhood movie.
I know. I read Matilda first, and I made such a great movie in my mind about Matilda. And when I watched the movie, I was so underwhelmed. I was like, really?
That's so
Like
interesting because I
it
love
was so much better in my
Matilda.
head.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know Matilda
So
had a book, but I love, love, love the
yeah.
movie. So I should probably
Oh
look
my
for it
goodness.
and just like read it just so I can see the contrast. That's interesting.
Yeah. So whenever I know that movie has a book, I prefer to read the book first, and then I make my own interesting movie, and then I can watch the movie that the directors have made, and it's never usually as good as it's in my head. So yeah,
Mm.
so the characters are always more dramatic. Everything is just more like extra in my head. So
That's
that's why I
amazing.
create. Yeah.
I also
And when
love
I'm reading, I
reading.
like, yeah, when I'm reading, I like laugh. I like, I do all sorts of facial expressions because I'm like having a whole movie going on in my head, pretty much.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, my fourth statement is I have a
Hmm.
hyper acute sense of smell, and like my memory of
Mm.
scents is like more reliable than any other memory I have. Because if I smell
Wow.
something that I've smelled before, I can immediately place it and be like, oh, I smelt it at this place and I was doing this. And
Yeah.
then suddenly everything
Wow.
comes back to me like that. So like I'm really good at like picking up scents other people
Yeah.
can't pick up, which makes me a bit paranoid as well, because like I pick up my own
Mm.
scents very strongly as well. So I'm like very
Wow.
aware of like even when I've started sweating just a little bit, I'm like super aware
Yeah.
of it, even if other people don't necessarily smell it. And like I smell other
Yeah.
people a lot, which is a bit weird. But
Oh,
yeah.
damn. That's nasty. Oh,
I try not to be judgmental about it though, because I do realize I'm probably the only one smelling certain things.
the weird thing is,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I've got
Yeah.
an acute sense of smell. Like I remember smells from like when I was 5 years old. I can
Mm,
remember a person, like if a person comes to my head, I can remember what they smelled like. Like if the
mm,
smell was distinct, that is.
mm.
I can always like smells, I don't know. I'm I'm very much, yeah,
Yeah.
very sensitive to smells. So yeah, so we're very similar in that
Yeah. For
way.
me, like it's more places actually, funny enough. Like certain scents
Ah,
remind me of certain places.
oh
Like,
really?
yeah, and it's weird because like sometimes it's linked to a person. So like for example,
Yeah,
if I come over to your house and like I smell
yeah,
that scent, the next time I
yeah.
smell it, I immediately think of being in your house, even though it's more likely
Ah,
like your scent, but it always links me to
yeah.
like a specific location. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Even things
Wow.
like air
I think,
fresheners, like I remember like, okay, I've
wow.
smelled this air freshener before, I was in this place. Like that's how I sort of link my
Hmm.
memories. Yeah.
That is interesting. That is
Mm.
very interesting. Yeah. And my last one is, I find this to be weird, and this annoys like my husband, like whenever we go somewhere.
Yeah.
But when we go on vacation, especially to another country, I prefer spending time in a luxurious hotel room than going sightseeing or going outside
Mm.
at all. Like I'm like, I want the hotel to be very, very luxurious because I know that's where I want to spend all my time, like watching TV
Mm.
or just being in that room, like
Yeah.
chilling. So other than going outside, and my husband's always like, let's go see something, like let's go see this place and this place. I'm like, nah, I'll just rather sit in here and just look at the cute room.
Yeah, I'm the same way actually, funny enough.
Oh,
Like
really?
on holiday, I like to have at least a day if possible where I can, or half a day where I'm just like indoors and I'm just like enjoying
Yeah.
the actual place where I'm staying. So I also like to actually stay at really nice places. Like other people don't mind so much, like staying somewhere that's
Mm,
like not so fabulous because the idea is they're just sleeping there and then waking up and going. But like I like
exactly.
to like
Yeah.
spend my time in there, like maybe even take a bath, relax, get ready, like
Yeah.
slowly take my time, maybe even have breakfast if it's like an Airbnb, and then
Yeah.
like actually set out for the day. So I'm definitely the same way in the sense that I love the place where I'm staying and I love spending a lot more time there than maybe like two, three
Yeah.
hours of the day I'm actually out and then I come back and I relax.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we're very similar that way. So yeah, I was very much an indoors person, other than like, not outdoors at all. So I
Mm,
really prefer, and I would rather spend a lot of money just on a very good room instead of
yeah.
spending money on activities. So yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it challenging when going out for a family holiday because we've got different priorities. So we always try to
Yeah.
make a balance.
Yeah, anytime you go on
Yeah,
holiday with another human, it's really hard because everyone has a different idea of what fun is when you're on
exactly.
vacation. So, like, balancing the
Yeah,
two, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, my last statement
Mm.
was actually I consider cooking to be my primary expression of my creativity. So
Mm.
I never really thought about cooking as anything more than a chore until like I was probably in university. Like I always used to think
Wow.
like we cook for the sake of eating, but then I realized I really
Yeah.
enjoyed cooking because I could be
Mm.
creative. Like there's so many ways to like make one specific dish. For example, like
Yeah.
roast chicken. I really love chicken. So
Mm.
I like I like experiment every single time I like make chicken. I'll do something different. And like I love blending new
Wow.
flavors, new spices. And my sense of smell comes in there too, because like I smell everything before I put it into
Oh
my food.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't put something into my food until I know what it smells like and until I know that I like the
Wow.
smell. And then that's how I decide like which spices I'm fusing together. Because like I'll smell the marinade, I'll smell the spice and be like, do these two go? And
Really?
then like I'll add it, subtract it, that sort of thing.
Wow. That is like chef level right there. So it's got like a little like, chef
Yeah.
spirit in you. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
cool. I would really love to eat one of your like chef signature dishes.
Yeah, like I've never actually cooked for you proper, but like definitely one day. Like I think the last time I was with you, I wasn't really
Yeah.
tapped into that side of me yet. But
Yeah.
next time I'll definitely make you something.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I love cooking, but I'm more of a let's cook and have dinner and go to sleep like quickly.
Mm,
So yeah, I wish I had like I really want to spend more time, especially with baking. I used to be able to bake really
mm,
good stuff, but now it's like I don't know, I just lost the touch and I think I just need to practice a little bit more and I'll get there.
mm.
But yeah,
It's
that food,
also
I
really
think food is
therapeutic though. Yeah, like
oh yeah.
if you can cook or even bake in a mindful sense, so like you sort of put everything else away and you're just focusing
Mm,
on the food, the flavors, the aromas, like tweaking things as you go. It's really
yeah.
therapeutic because sometimes I'll like cook for like 2, 3 hours straight and not even realize how much time
Wow.
I spent cooking because I'm
Wow.
just enjoying like doing different things and I keep adding
Wow, that's
different
like an
things.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's really good. That's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. Cool. Oh my goodness. That was so interesting. Like those
Yeah.
things, most of that I had no idea.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
yeah, but they make sense. Like from what I know about you, they're not too
Mm.
shocking because like
Yeah,
that's the
like
kind of person
what?
I know you to be. So I'm like, okay, it makes
Yeah.
sense. I definitely
Yeah, I
didn't
could
know
see
it.
how
And
that could happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the most shocking one for me for you was the sense of smell, like how deep that
Mm,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'll make
really
sure that next time I'm around you, I'm smelling good, like always. I don't want any bad memories.
Oh no, it's never like I think for people I actually don't like hold on to that too much. It's more places.
Yeah,
Like if there's a really bad
places.
smell in a specific place, I'll always have like
Yeah,
negative feelings around it. Because like I just can't
yeah,
remove the two. I can't remove the smell from the place.
yeah,
So your
yeah.
house smells great. So that's an up. So I have
That's
great
good.
memories there.
Yeah. I was just like, it's just like cracking me up, like just thinking
Yeah.
about how like you get into a place and you're probably just like screaming
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this place smells so bad. And I'm gonna
Mm,
remember it forever. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my, oh, that was great. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So
Those were our five
that's the end of
statements.
our video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was actually a get for you guys to get to know us and us getting to know each other because as you can see there was some stuff that came up
Yeah.
that we didn't even know about each other. So um yes, I'll look forward to seeing you in our next video where we'll be having where we'll go more into the theme of our channel, which is having some empowered chats about different topics. So we'll see you then.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.